What's up, guys? Digmbot here. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is our favorite places to fly World Tour 2022. We are on day 7 in Africa, nearly halfway through our trip here. Your airport code for today is going to be HELX. That's right, we're taking off from Luxor International now. We're going to be spending probably the next episode as well here in Luxor, because between the East Bank and the West Bank, there's just simply too much to cram into one video, so we'll go ahead and get us rolling here. We're taking our lovely Pipistrel virus today. Such an odd name for an aircraft. So this is an interesting one. There's a lot here, and I do mean a lot. This is one of the oldest continually inhabited cities in the world, with some people estimating it to be continually inhabited since 2150 BC. I am pretty sure it's not snowing in Egypt right now, considering this city gets maybe a millimeter of precipitation a year. Okay, that's a little better. This is a nimble aircraft. It's not in especially fast. I mean, you're above 100 knots on cruising speed, so it's not awful, but you're definitely not a Learjet. So rotates. And up we go. Just look at that lovely paint job. So, what makes Luxor so special? Well, on the East Bank we have Luxor Temple, Karnak Temple, Luxor Museum, the Mummification Museum, and the Winter Palace Hotel. Just to get us started, the West Bank is going to be the Valley of the Kings and Valley of the Queens. That's why that's going to have to be put into a whole separate video, because, my God, that's a lot of stuff. But you are looking at a city with a population of around 400,000, while the metro area has a population of about 1.3 million, often referred to as the world's largest open-air museum. Now, we are right on the Nile here. That's why the whole East Bank, West Bank designation comes into play. And rest assured, I have a whole video coming down the pipeline talking about the Nile, because, well, it's an extremely important river in humanity's history and the history of this region. So, as you can see, as with much of what we will find when we do the Nile, you've got this narrow strip of green by the river and then desert beyond, so it makes for a rather striking contrast. And this is a tourist economy city, unsurprising. Let's bank on towards the river here. Just have a look. Give you guys the VFR map again. So you'll notice the canal work here, quite extensive. We're still a good ways from the Nile itself. This is very different than a lot of what we have flown over. I don't expect to see anything quite like this in terms of canals until we start working our way into Western Europe, particularly the Nordic nations, and potentially if we do something in Italy. I'm going to try to avoid doing Venice because that's so trite, but we may not have a choice if people ask for it. But I would pick something like this Pipistrel. You know, we're cruising at 112 knots, so a good speed for getting around, but it's not so fast that you can't actually see everything. Now, as far as picking out the Karnak Temple and the Luxor Temple, I did a little bit of scouting, and I think I found them, but it's hard to discern because they don't look like what pictures of them look like. That's just the sim for you. The typical wonkiness that you do get with things that aren't hand modeled. And that should be the actual river itself. Yeah, that is actually the Nile. But as you can see, there's an absolutely massive amount of points of interest around this place. So, lots to see, lots to take in, especially if you cross over the river and head towards the Valley of the Kings, which we will be doing on Friday's video. But for now, guys, I invite you to take off from Luxor International and experience the eastern bank and the interesting contrast we have here between the green spaces and the deserts. I find it just very interesting and fascinating. But we like to keep these short and sweet, so if you guys like the video, hey, like, subscribe. If you have a suggestion for a place to fly here, or in Australia, Asia, or Europe, or North America, put it in the comments below. Just be warned, it's going to be quite a while before you get your European and North American suggestions fulfilled, because they're at the end of the slate for the year. And if you're here to the end, watch time is key on YouTube, so thank you very much. My name is Digmbot, and I will see you guys next time.